Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Borossy if you're new here. I share my life with chronic illness and MS related content here on YouTube as well as other platforms. And today I wanted to share with you guys something that came to mind. Like, today is not a very good day for me. Today I'm suffering a lot with fatigue. I'm having a lot of pains throughout my body. And it just dawned on me something I read online that I wanted to repost for like my Instagram. And it's one of our superpowers. As a Spoonie friend, you would know what I'm talking about. But like, I feel like one of our superpowers as chronically ill, especially if you're suffering from chronic pains, like other people will look at us and they will want to know what is our superpower. And I want to say that my superpower is to be able to fake that I'm feeling well and hide the fact that I'm in pain for other people to feel less uncomfortable. And that's something that I recognize from like many years. Like, I remember being in my 20s, coming to work. I used to work a very high-paced, like intense job. I was in charge of the daily events at a really big establishment in Stockholm, and I was in charge of their conferences and their daily events and their in-house like cafeteria, or like coffee shop, but like bistro kind of thing. And it was just a lot of work, and I remember working like 6 days a week, 5 to 6 days a week. I would start 7 o'clock in the morning. I would work 12 hours shifts, and that was just a constant. And I remember coming in every morning, and every time you meet somebody, they're like, "Hi, how are you?" And I remember every morning I felt uncomfortable by the question because I knew I could not answer it truthfully. And I feel like it becomes a habit, and I'm sure that you guys can relate. It becomes a habit when let's say you meet the same people every morning. When you go to school, you have drop-off with your kids, like when you go to work, all these kinds of places. You will always meet like more or less the same people, and usually they will say, "Hi, how are you?" And you quickly realize that if you don't say, "Hi, I'm good," or "I'm fine," then it's like uncomfortable. So you start faking that you are doing well, and you will say, "Oh, I'm good." And deep down you're like, "I'm having the worst day." Like either your pain levels are through the roof, or you have severe fatigue, or like your vertigo is driving you crazy, or your double vision is making you almost like run over the people in front of you. Talking about myself now in my mobility aid. But like, there are so many things about me that are not okay on a constant, that if I'm having a good day, it's because either I have more energy that day, or my fatigue is a little bit less, so I can like handle emotionally, spiritually, like mentally, I can handle all my physical problems in a calmer way. But they are still there. Like, all my symptoms are always there, even if I'm having a good or a bad day. So like, I feel that question is so loaded to me, and it triggers me in a negative way when somebody is like, "How are you?" And I want to say I feel horrible, but you don't want to make them uncomfortable. You still want them to ask, but you don't want them to ask if they are not ready to hear the answer. So I feel like we need to come up with something else to say, like, "Hi, nice to see you." I don't know, something. It's just something I've been thinking about this morning. How many times have you experienced that by you being honest to a question that somebody is asking you, what did I say? Like, my brain fog is... How many times have you felt that by you answering a question that somebody is asking you truthfully has made the situation like really uncomfortable? Like, raise your hand. I feel like all Spoonie friends can relate to that. I think every chronically ill person have had that experience. Sometimes at the doctor's office I feel like I have to fake that I'm doing better than I am. Like, how upside down is that? Like, I think if I were to tell people how I truly feel all the time, they would either stop believing me, think that I'm exaggerating, or they would just be annoyed, because like nobody can handle all of that negativeness all the time. And I have to respect like the people living with me and like that are close to me. If I'm always there with like my negative things, whether that be symptoms or how I'm feeling, or if I'm stressed or anxious or whatever, if I'm constantly telling them about that, then they're quickly that will affect them in a negative way. So I have to bite my tongue sometimes, and I do it because I love them, not because I want to lie or I think that my feelings are not valid, but I feel like I have to be considerate about their feelings too sometimes. So it's just a very like strange situation to be in. But imagine waking up every morning for the rest of your life ill. Just think about that. Imagine yourself waking up every morning for the rest of your life feeling poorly, ill, in pain. That's what chronic illness is. That's the meaning of chronic illness. You are always ill. No matter how many that tells me, oh, you should go on the carnivore diet, or you should try this diet, or you should do that. None of them have the magical potion to fix this. Like, I am chronically ill. That means I'm gonna wake up every morning for the rest of my life still being sick. Yeah, having a good clean diet, doing exercise, getting enough sleep, staying hydrated, having a good mindset, all of those things together help me on a daily basis. They keep me more or less stable. But that doesn't mean that I'm not chronically ill. Okay? I still have holes in my brain. I still have all my symptoms. I still have a damaged spinal cord. All of those things are still there. Like, that's not gonna magically disappear because I start to eat steak every day. Like, think about it. Yeah, you can do a lot of things to optimize your overall health. And you can claim all you want that you have cured yourself from MS and you have done all these kinds of things. Great, like whatever floats your boat. Like, I'm happy for you. If that's your conviction and if that's what you truly feel inside, then I'm happy for you. Like, I wish you all the best, the luck. Like, I'm so happy you found something that worked for you. But like, that's not gonna take away my struggle, you know? And just because something works for one person does not mean that it doesn't work for everyone. And I think we all know by now, like, there is no quick fix to anything. You have to work hard and you have to be okay with having good and bad days. Like, I'm back to the gym. I'm going now to the gym 4 times a week. That's almost the same as when I had my optimal health and I was, you know, the best shape I'd been in my life. Like, I love going to the gym. That's my therapy. But it's still hard. Like, yesterday I went and I had a full-blown MCAS flare during my session, and I had so bad tremors when I was doing some of my exercise, like going from sitting to standing or moving around, getting things that I need to do my exercise, my strength training. Like if I'm not with my cane, I will fall over, and I'm in a constant state of vertigo, and it makes it so much harder. Yes, I like the feeling I get when I go. I get more energy after. I feel my body responding more. I feel like I'm getting connection back with my muscles, and I'm so happy, and I wouldn't change it for anything. But it's not curing me. It's helping me managing the underlying like symptoms, the daily symptoms that I have. Yeah, bit of a rant this morning, but I felt like I needed to share this. I feel like we need to have an honest and open conversation sometimes, and to remind ourselves that we are only human and we can only do so much, and our voices need to be heard, our message need to be shared. People need to know that they are not alone in their struggles, and I feel like that's my purpose. I feel like by sharing my story, I'm helping people in a similar situation, feeling less alone, and I think that's the only thing I can aim for. I don't claim that I have answers to your questions. I don't claim that I have found the way to do multiple sclerosis. Like, no, none of us have. None of us have. And if you say that you have, then I'm sorry. I think that you're lying to yourself. I do think that we can try and become the best version of ourselves, whatever version that may be. And I think that symptoms can improve, and by making the right choices for you, you can improve your state of mind, your state of health, your emotional state, like all of those things. Yes, we have the power to change our lives with help. Whether you have faith or not, like I feel like my faith have given me so much peace throughout this whole thing, and I'm very much claiming any positive change that I see in my life from that. It gives me the strength to know that we all have our cross to bear, so to speak. We all have our struggles, and these are mine, and I'm choosing to share them with the world because I'm convinced that by doing so, my pain is not in vain, and I'm gonna continue doing that always, or for as long as I'm able. But I do feel like our voices needs to be heard, and I think there is a lot of awareness within and without the chronic illness community. There's a lot of stigma, there is a lot of like prefaced opinions about our conditions, about us and how we should be as patients, as people, as human beings. And I think that we shouldn't be so quick to judge. And I think to take from this video, I think kindness would be one of those things, like to be kind to yourself, but also be kind to others, and understand that not everybody will understand what you're going through. Sometimes we don't even understand the things that we are going through. So I think I'm gonna leave the video here because it's getting quite long. But I wanted to share my heart with you guys this morning, and if you agree with any of the things that I'm saying, or even if you're disagreeing with the things that I'm saying, like I feel like we can have an honest conversation, and I think that we can be respectful of each other, and I feel like this community very much shows that always. You're always so supportive, and like I feel like every time I say something that I'm scared of sharing, that gets confirmed. And I just want you to know that I appreciate you, I love you, I want the best for you, and I wish I could help you in your situations with whatever it is that you are going through. If there is anything I can do for you, please let me know. But like, the community means everything. We need to be there for each other. And when life gets hard, we just keep on fighting. So I'm gonna love you and leave you right there. But thank you for tuning in today, friends, and I'll see you guys in a future video. Much love.